Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Davenport, the Wealth Strategist over at RMI Capital, and just wanted to pop in for a quick moment today to share a really great story full of valuable lessons and takeaways. The other day, I was chopping it up with a friend of mine, and we started talking about their business. And I asked him three questions, and the three questions that I asked him were really about how he got paid, how they priced their deals, and how they managed the relationships. And as we were going through the exercise, I realized that their business was very similar to the business that one of my older friends owns. So when I asked them those three questions, I said, "Do you mind if I give a buddy of mine a call? And I'm going to ask him those same questions. And then when you hear his answers, we'll take a step back and we'll have an exchange and we'll see what happens." He said, "Fine." So when I called up my buddy and I asked him the same exact questions that I asked my other friend. But the difference was my buddy's answers were significantly different. The Everything was different by a significant margin. And so what that really meant was my guy was leaving a lot of money on the table. And they were leaving a lot of money on the table because they didn't know it. They had no idea they were leaving money on the table. So my two friends talked for probably about 15 minutes. Now, my buddy's company is a BE 500 company and has been for the last 25 years. And he will never start a business without sending the deal over to me and asking me to attack it. And I will never start a business or do anything of any real consequence or significance without running it by him. This is sort of what we do. There's about 8 of us that have that type of relationship. And we do that to keep each other safe and out of trouble. And I remember last year, he was launching a new company and he had a young guy working with him, MBA, smart guy. And he said, "Why don't you send your financials over the DAV, give him some time to go through it, and then the three of us will get on a call." And then my guy called me up and he said, "Dav, I want you to blow up the financials." I said, "Okay, that's what we do." So he wants me to find holes pre-launch. That's my job, and vice versa. And so the other day when we did this exchange, before I called my buddy, I asked my guy, I said, "Look, we're going to show you a lot of love, but are you the type of person who has very thin skin and are your feelings going to get hurt?" They've said, "Absolutely not." So the takeaway of the moral of the story is, because he is coachable, he had an opportunity to have a conversation, an in-depth conversation with someone who's in the same line of work, but has been doing it much longer and at a much higher level. And my buddy had an opportunity to talk to someone that reminded him of some of the challenge he faced when he first got started. And so when you've been in business for a while, typically your personal business philosophy is formed from the mistakes you made and the pains and the challenges that you experience, right? So if something didn't work out for you, it really doesn't make sense to continue down that path. It makes sense for you to take what went wrong, fix it, strengthen it, make it stronger, make it bulletproof as best as you can. Not to say something else might happen, can't happen again, but you know what? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So that's sort of the thinking behind that. So today I just wanted to say, when you're around people or you know people who have been doing what you want to do or what you've been doing a lot longer than you, that is an opportunity for you to develop a relationship with someone. It's going to save you a lot of time and help you make a lot of money. And I submit that the 20-minute conversation that we had was a $500,000 to $1 million conversation, because that is the amount of revenue I expect my buddy to pick up as a result of the conversation that the three of us had. And the only reason why this whole thing came together was because my buddy is coachable. He listens, he understands, he doesn't know it all. He's hungry, but he wants to take what he has and he wants to grow it and he wants to bring it up to the next level. So surround yourself with people who know more than you. And remember, people who are successful are the most secure people in the world. And I'll close on this note. My brother used to say, always surround yourself with winners. And this is why. They don't covet anything that you have. They don't want your woman. They don't want your car. They don't want your money. They don't want your house. And the reason why they don't want that, the reason why they're not envy and jealous of you, the reason why they're not trying to sabotage you, because they're too busy handling their own business to be worrying about what you're doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, to anyone that's watching this video today, block out the noise, keep your head down, and remember, running a business is like playing golf. You're only competing against yourself. You're not competing against anyone else. So the other day was a great day, and not only did my buddy get some really good advice, but now he's part of the network. And so now he has access to not just my buddy, but he has access to the people that I have access to, because we want this fellow to win, because we think that highly of him. So if you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you want to be a big fish in a little pond, there's nothing wrong with that. But we all prefer to be a little fish in a big pond, because we're still at a point in our lives where we want to become better. We want to be greater, and we really want to build something as significant as we can. Wear your mask, be safe, God bless. And to those of you in the Straight to the Top private group, part 2 tonight, consultative sales. We're going to talk about isolating opportunities, identifying opportunities, and why people who you want to do business with, the more people they're doing business with people like you, the better it is for you. We start at 7 o'clock sharp tonight. See you then.